And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. It took me about 6 minutes to get to the point where we can get back on the air. I'm telling you what, man, it has been a trying day here at Collinsville High School for those of us trying to keep this stuff online all day and get a good picture up there for you all to enjoy. All right, Collinsville and Wasilla, Alaska, getting ready to tangle up here in this battle. Collinsville 6-4 on the year, averaging 55.9 a game. 48.7 is what they're giving up on the defensive side. They will take on Wasilla Warriors. They are coached by Steve Henderson. They are 0-3 on the year. They just got their season started a couple of weeks ago, and early on they're averaging 54.3 points scored and 76 on the defensive side of things. Here are your starters for Wasilla. You will find out on the court, Eli Waggle. Waggle is a 5'9" junior. Parker Kroom, a 6'1" senior. Jadeus Huffman, a 6' junior. Connor Dudley, a 6' junior. And Arthur Adams, a 6'2" junior. For Collinsville, Trevion Swaggart on the floor, as well as Nick Horace, Devin Davis, Jake Wilkinson, and Matt Clark. And we are just about ready to go. We welcome in Dr. Chris McCluskey. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Todd. Looking forward to another great game here at Virgil Fletcher Gym in beautiful Collinsville, Illinois.
Well, before we even get started here, let's give a nice round of applause to the team from Wasilla, Alaska, as they have had one hell of a ride to get here today. They have been to Seattle where they got snowed in. They got to Chicago, luggage lost, flight delayed. They get into the St. Louis airport a little after 2 o'clock. No uniforms. They're borrowing the Granite City Warriors uniforms that you see them wearing right now. And here they are ready to go, and we are underway. Man, oh man, what a trip that must have been.
Oh my goodness. And hey, the team from Anchorage that's supposed to play in Kankakee still in Seattle, snowed in.
Man.
And they can't get to Kankakee or back home.
Telling you what, that's a rough way to go, man. All right, so we're underway. Collinsville was supposed to play in the 6:30 game. Instead, we're here in the 8 o'clock game to try to give the team from Wasilla, Arkansas a chance to collect their wits about them after that kind of a mess.
Wasilla's in Alaska, Todd.
I know.
You said Arkansas.
I did. I've already said that twice, man. I've already done it twice.
Hey, it's a similar abbreviation.
Devin Davis. I know. I had to ask. Is it AK or I don't know what it is? And somebody said no, because Alabama's AL. I'm like, I forgot Alabama was a state that began with A.
You got it. There's Devin Davis with a 2-point lay-in from the left side for the K-Hawks to get him on the board.
Collinsville up 2-0. We're just underway. Glad that you're with us. And here are the Warriors from Wasilla, Alaska with the ball, and they bring it out front. Here is Kroon. Kroon dumps the ball off and then out to the top of the key over on the wing. It's Huffman. Huffman tries to bring it in the perimeter, and the ball is stripped away from him, and back the other way we go. And here is Wilkinson, and a little shot there by Horace after he gets the feed from Wilkinson, but it won't fall in, and the rebound belongs to Wasilla. Out onto the wing, and a baseline pass to Dudley, and Dudley tried to drive that baseline, and we'll be heading back the other way. Stepped out of bounds. Second turnover for the Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors, in order to play with this K-Hawk team, are going to really have to limit their turnovers and take high percentage shots. Collinsville's coming off a big win the last home game against the O'Fallon Panthers, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves.
Here is Trevion Swaggart. He drives into the paint, takes the shot, didn't hit anything, and then he took the ball out of bounds with him on the forward momentum after that failed shot. So Collinsville will turn the ball over for the first time. 2-0 K-Hawks on a 2-pointer by Devin Davis. Davis and Swaggart very close in points to start this game off. Swaggart with 127, Davis with 123. Here is Wasilla. Waggle over onto the far side wing into the corner. A 3-point shot that doesn't fall in, and the rebound belongs to the Warriors. Out front at the top of the key, that is Adams. Adams gives the ball up now for Waggle. That is Dudley. Dudley then hands the ball off, and that ball is stripped out of the hands of Kroon, but
that'll be a travel.
That'll be a travel after they do finally get a hold of the ball. So it was almost going to be a turnover, and then it turned in to a turnover. The fourth one for the Warriors, and they better calm down on that stat or they're going to be in some trouble here. But right now, Collinsville is only up 2-0.
Yeah, Collinsville hasn't caught stride on the offensive side of the court, so they haven't made Wasilla pay for those turnovers.
There is Wilkinson for three, and Jake on the board. That gives a K-Hawk 5-0 lead to the fine folks here at this gymnasium, and that ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Jadeus Huffman, and that ball's out of bounds, and there's the 5th turnover.
He has a nice hustle by number 2, Trey Swaggart, to force another Wasilla Alaska turnover.
Here comes Devin Davis. He crosses the K-Hawk logo at midcourt, gives it up on the left wing for Swaggart. Now around to Clark and back over to Davis on the right wing. Back to the left side we go. Here is Horace. He'll pull up at the free throw line, take the shot, ticks across the rim. There is Clark with the rebound, and Collinsville back to work. Swaggart over on the right wing. Backs up toward the scorer's table as we approach 5:05 left to play here in this opening quarter. Swaggart, nice move, couldn't finish. Gets the ball back, though, and puts it back in, and Travion on the board.
We got to like that second effort by Swaggart. You know, you miss a layup, you stay with it, and you get yourself a bucket.
Over on the wing, three-point shot on the way. That rattles home for Arthur Adams, and the Wasilla Warriors are on the board.
Man, big Arthur Adams wasn't scared, shoots a 23-footer and finds the bottom of the net.
Here is Horace after a feed from Clark. Nick back out front now for Swaggart. Travion near the wing toward the top of the key, gives to Clark. Clark in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go, and the rebound belongs to Huffman. Warriors bring it back up court. Here is Kroon. Kroon drives into the paint, takes the off-balance shot across the other side of the rim. It goes. What a hustle play that was by Waggle to keep that ball alive. Just enough for Connor Daly to hit a big three-pointer.
Man, all of a sudden, just like that, a couple 3 balls and Wasilla right back in this ball game.
They are. A 1-point lead for Collinsville. Here is Wilkinson. Gets it into Clark. Back to Wilkinson. Drives through the paint. Collinsville shots are just off. And now the ball will be turned over. Second turnover for the K-Hawks, and Wasilla will have the ball back as Dylan Jeffus checks into the game for the first time for Wasilla. And Deontay Franklin does the same thing for Collinsville, and to make good measure, Dayton Horace, Nick's brother, will come in and take his place. And after all that happens, a timeout called on the floor by Coach Steve Henderson and Wasilla. It's a 30-second timeout. We are back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. We welcome you back into the 37th Prairie Farms Collinsville Classic Basketball Tournament. I'm Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone, and the PA announcer Chad Burgess just told everybody here to give a round of applause to the Granite City Warriors for loaning the uniforms that Wasilla is wearing right now, and boy, did they not disappoint with that round of applause.
Man, I'll tell you what, pretty clutch there. You know, pretty creative, too,
by
Athletic
Clay Smith,
Director Clay Smith, man. It said, hey, these guys are the Warriors. Let's get them some Warrior uniforms.
They were already talking about if Granite City couldn't do it, calling all the way out to Clinton County and get the Westland Warriors to do it. Here is a three-point shot by Dayton Horace. Misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. They put it back up, but it won't fall in. Second rebound, still the same. And this time, Adam Remar, who just checks into the game, collects his first 2 points on a 3-rebound effort there for Collinsville.
I was going to say 2 points and 2 offensive boards for Remar on that one.
There are the Warriors. Back up to the top of the key. Jeffus moves it in, and then it's kicked back out to Waggle. Waggle moves himself outside the lane, lost control of the ball, and now he's out of bounds with it. And it's going to belong to Collinsville. 6th turnover for the Warriors.
Yeah, Wasilla is really going to need to cut down their turnovers. It's amazing that it's only a 3-point game.
Yeah.
As many turnovers as they've had. Collinsville's going to need to clean up their game on the offensive side of the court.
Sure will. They've taken some shots down low that haven't even gone in. So hopefully that'll change underneath. Remar off the glass. There you go. That's how it's done.
Yeah, good offensive set by Collinsville. Mr. Remar goes off the glass. Collinsville's going to set up that full court press.
Here is Connor Dudley. Dudley for Wasilla across the line, being watched by Franklin. And now a handoff to Waggle, and they'll continue to hand off. This one to Jeffus. He'll pull up, take a three-point shot, rolls across everything, and then bounces its way in. Jeffus on the board for the first time tonight. And 3 3-pointers out of the 5 tries by Wasilla have hit pay dirt, and we have a travel. So you counter the 3 for 5 3-pointers with the 7 turnovers, and Wasilla still trails by just 2, though. Huffman checks back into the game. Waggle will go to the bench. And wasn't a turnover. Here is Connor Dudley. He'll inbound, and he does so to Kroon. Kroon works the ball up into the hands of Jeffus. Jeffus pulls up over on the right side wing, continues his forward progress. Almost lost control of the ball. Kicks it outside now for Adams. Adams already has a 3-pointer. Now to Kroon. Kroon, free throw line. He drives, and a foul coming up against Collinsville, and I believe Jake Wilkinson.
Well, Wasilla doing a great job of spreading Collinsville out and penetrating. Mr. Franklin for Collinsville got beat baseline, and then we got beat right down the center of the lane to the bucket on that last attempt.
There is Adams at the top of the key. Wasilla only trailing by 2. And back out to the top of the key, Dudley. Hand off over there to Adams.
Got away with the travel.
Will underhand it, and back out to the top of the key we go for Jeffus, and he'll line up another 3-point shot. That one doesn't hit anything except the hands of Jake Wilkinson. And out front for Collinsville for Devin Davis. Davis works the ball up, can't get that shot to fall though, and Davis hitting a little bit of a cold streak after he opened up this game with the first basket.
Yeah, Davis having trouble finding the inside of the rim. And here Wasilla finds himself only down by 2 points with 1:15 left in the first.
And a drive and nothing doing. The rebound belongs to Collinsville. K-Hawks bring it up. Franklin gets it up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, spin move, turn around, fade away, won't go. But there is Remar with the rebound and the putback. Remar now with 6 off the bench after he didn't start.
Man, Remar's done a great job of putting himself in position to get these offensive buckets, and he's cleaning up the trash really nicely here.
50 seconds left to play here in this first quarter, and a missed 3-pointer there by Wasilla. And quickly, Collinsville with the fast break. And Deontay Franklin on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, nice move by Deontay. Little fake left, dipsy-do right, good for 2.
Franklin on the board. And Collinsville with final 25 seconds to go collects another rebound, and the K-Hawks bring it back up. Here is Dayton Horace, and he is fouled, hits the floor hard. He's in a little bit of pain as he gets a little help from his teammates, but he's a little bent over, and he's feeling that one after the foul underneath the basket by Huffman.
Yeah, Dayton's doing it. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. He's walking to the free throw line. Boy, he hit that hardwood.
Yes, he did.
Very hard.
Looks like he's going to stay in the game, too. Collinsville makes a couple of substitutions, but it's Wilkinson and Devin Davis that go out. Nick Horace checks back into the game. And Swaggart back in there. At the free throw line, Dayton Horace, and he misses the only shot he's going to get on that attempt, and Dayton came into the game only 1 of 5 from the free throw line, so now 1 of 6 on the year. Adam Remar going to get called for a foul. His first, team second. 20.5 seconds left on the clock here in this first quarter. Inbound pass will come right underneath us, and Connor Dudley, the trigger man, gets it to Waggle. Waggle trying to get around a double screen there in the backcourt, and it's a paid-off move for Collinsville as Franklin comes in and makes them pay. 19-9, 10-point lead now for Collinsville. Here is Waggle losing the ball. Another turnover. That's 10, and Swaggart turns that into 2 points. And that's right at the end of the buzzer, 21-9. After 1 quarter of play, Collinsville has the lead. We take a timeout, and we're back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville K-Hawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more. including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. Collinsville and Wasilla, Alaska, game number 7 of the night. One more game coming up after this. Rockford East taking on Granite City, 21-9 Collinsville after 1 quarter of play. Quarter number 2 getting ready to get underway with Wasilla with the ball. Inbound pass coming in from Kroon.
Yeah, that last minute proved to be not so great for the Wasilla Warriors. Collinsville really turned it on. I think we scored 9 points in a minute.
Yeah, it wasn't long before that 2-point lead blossomed. Dylan Jeffus with another 3-pointer, so he now has 6 points off of 2 of those said 3-pointers. Here is Travion Swaggart. Gets it to Deontay Franklin. Franklin across the court for Jamori Weisinger for 3, and he just missed. Weisinger had that lined up perfectly, just a little bit too far.
Yeah, Weisinger, a sophomore, getting some playing time here at the varsity level, which is nice to see. He's a staple on the JV team here at Collinsville.
Sure is. And a 3-point try, and nothing doing there off of the hands of Jeffus, except another turnover. That one had air written all over it. Remar comes in baseline. He just kind of threw that up there, and whatever happens, happens.
I'm not sure that's how he drew it up.
No, I don't think so either.
The ball went in the hoop.
Telling you.
It's still good for 2 in the scorebook.
Yeah, and there's another loose ball and a picked up ball off the Collinsville rebound. I think that grazed the bottom of that glass. And, there's a give-and-go try, and Nick Horace couldn't quite get there all the way there.
He didn't know whether to dunk it or make a layup, and he got caught in between.
In between, yeah.
And basically good for a turnover.
Woo, man, there's some long passes going on here by Wasilla down at this end. Out to the wing, they work it to Kroon. Into the corner it goes for Jeffus for 3, and he hits it.
Hey, Wasilla's decided they're going to live or die by the 3-pointer.
Telling you what, that's 3 of them for Jeffus alone.
That's all they're shooting. Collinsville's going to have to get a hand in their face.
Yeah, there's a foul on the way up the court. Nick Horace bumped into there by Jeffus, and Jeffus will pick up his first. Each team now with 2 fouls. Collinsville will bring back in Matt Clark, Jake Wilkinson, and Devin Davis. Inbound pass will come right in front of the scorer's table. Remar, Franklin, and Weisinger go to the bench. Weisinger wasn't out there very long. And now Nick Horace will inbound. Into the backcourt for Devin Davis. Davis works the ball up across the timeline. 6:15 to go here in quarter number 2. Gives to Wilkinson on the wing. Now to Horace at the free throw line. He'll hand it off to Swaggart. Swaggart drives off the glass. Good for 2. Had that little stutter step going in there, and that paid dividends.
Yeah, and good strong move. The Wasilla defender actually had a ball or a hand on that ball, but Travion stuck with it, powered through it, kissed it off the glass to put Collinsville up 25-15.
There is Dudley. Hands the ball off to Kroon, who then in turn hands it off to Huffman. Into the corner it goes, and a shot that rainbows over the basket. Off the rim, and a outlet pass quickly to Weisinger, and, Wilkinson. Wilkinson got a nice feed there from Nick Horace after the rebound.
Yeah, great outlet pass. He led him perfectly. Looked like a quarterback on that play.
Sure did. Kroon shoots. That one swoops right out of there. Swaggart with another outlet pass. Wilkinson, he's going to be the recipient of both of them, and that is going to cause Coach Henderson to call another timeout. Will step aside as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former K-Hawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Well, I saw the comment about the sound, so I decided to knock off another second. And when I came back, now my screen looked to be dragging a little bit. Hopefully that only took a second to take care of. Didn't know if I was behind or ahead by a second, so now I'm 3 seconds behind the actual play. Somebody let me know if it's all synced up now, and we'll go from there, and I'll figure it out. That's the problem when you're using a camera that's mounted to the ceiling. It takes a little while for it to get down to you, and it causes a little bit of a delay. 29-15 after the timeout. 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. And Wasilla with the ball. They trail 29-15. Pull up fadeaway jumper from inside the perimeter. Misses for Jeffus. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. They bring it up, but they throw it away.
Yeah, Devin Davis to Matt Clark. I think the Wasilla defender got a hand on the ball. Clark couldn't reel it in. That's going to go in the books as a turnover for the K-Hawks. And here comes Wasilla, Alaska, down 15-29.
There is Waggle. Waggle works his way into the paint and loses control of the ball, and that turns into the 12th turnover.
Waggle. That's a great last name.
Sure. .34, Trent Truax checks into the game. That's another cool name. And one guy we haven't heard from yet is Isaac Santos. I like the name Isaac.
You like the name Isaac?
I do. I like Isaac.
It's a biblical name.
Yeah. I have one of those in my middle name, Jonathan.
There.
And that one's poked out of the hands of Clark, but they're going to say Clark was the last one to touch it. So another turnover for Collinsville. That's their 4th. 4:27 left to play here in this first half. Second quarter action underway. Collinsville with a 29-15 lead. Wasilla with the ball. And here is Adams losing the ball. Franklin gets it up to Nick Horace. Horace off the glass. Can't get it to go, but Swaggart does on the rebound. Big play there by Travion Swaggart.
Yeah, Horace comes up short. Travion's trailing. Man, Collinsville's really attacking the offensive glass tonight, and it's paying dividends. All of a sudden, they find themselves up 16.
Three-point shot on the way off of the hands of Kroon. That misses the mark. Into the corner, a dribble drive and a loose ball. That's picked up by Devin Davis for Collinsville. And the K-Hawks work up another turnover by Wasilla. On the wing, here is Nick Horace inside for Matt Clark. And Clark couldn't hold on to the ball. It was a little bit too high for him. And now Clark almost comes away with the steal down at the other end of the court. That'll slow things down.
We need to get Clark a pass he can handle.
There we go. There's a steal by Wilkinson, and he'll bank it off the glass, and that one does roll in. And Wilkinson now with 9 points on the game. 33-15. Collinsville expanding that lead. They kick it out, and it's out of bounds. Another turnover by Wasilla.
Yeah, Collinsville got off to a slow start on their half-court offense, but then they discovered if they would run, Wasilla is not going to keep up with them, and they've gotten a ton of layups in transition just by being willing to run the basketball court.
Here is Devin Davis. Yeah, looks like I was about 3 seconds off, so everything should be okay now. And there's another turnover by Collinsville. Those have increased for the K-Hawks lately. They were stuck at 3 for a while. Now they're at 6. There is a dribble drive by Boudry that's cut off. Boudry kicks it back outside, and then the ball comes loose, and top of the key, a three-pointer by Parker Kroon. And Wasilla climbs a little closer, 33-18. K-Hawks over the Warriors. 2:40 left to play here in this first half. Here is Wilkinson, moves it up just outside the lane to Remar. One bounce in the paint, dumps it off underneath. Swaggart off the glass, good for 2.
Yeah, nice little dump by Remar. Swaggart again attacking the offensive glass. Finds himself the recipient of a nice little dump off, good for 2 points.
Top of the key, it goes to Truax. Now over to Kroon. Kroon into the corner for Dudley. Dudley comes out of the corner, and on the right wing, he's got a double team to deal with, and then he gives it up now for Huffman. Huffman spins his way into the perimeter and dumps it off, gets it back, baseline shot, rolls in, comes back out. Wilkinson's there with the rebound for the K-Hawks. Collinsville works it up. Here is Nick Horace. Horace drives all the way in, takes care of it himself. Nick Horace gets his first points of the night, 37-18.
Yeah, he switched hands. He went up right and then switched to his left hand from the right side. That's a tough move. Nick Horace showing some craftiness there in the air.
Craftiness. I like the way you said that, too. Craftiness. Here's Dudley at the top for Crew.
A little razzle-dazzle.
Yeah.
Todd.
Razzle-dazzle, always a good thing. To Huffman. Huffman drives outside the lane. This time he uses the glass, and Jadis Huffman picks up his first points. Collinsville wants a 30-second timeout, so we will step aside for said 30 seconds, and we're back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey here. 1:27 to go in the first half of game number 7 of the night between the Collinsville K-Hawks and the Wasilla Warriors. And again, we mentioned it on a couple of the other games, but since we're playing a Collinsville game now, congratulations to the Lady K-Hawks. Big win in the MICDS tournament over Clayton, 60-44. As Remark connects for another 2 points, but Talisha Gilmore, the young lady freshman, had the game of her life. She scored 16 points, 24 rebounds, 5 blocked shots in that game, and the 24 rebounds is a school record for a single game.
I was just going to say, that's got to be a record.
Yeah, it is amazing what she did as a freshman in that game.
Wow.
And apparently, Franklin scores a couple more points. Apparently, Collinsville was down 13 points in that game.
Holy shnikes. Well, congratulations to the Lady K-Hawks.
Alicia Gilmore having the game of her life as a freshman. Can only go up from there, right?
Hey, exciting things to come. I know we've got a lot of great young Lady K-Hawk basketball players that are exciting to watch, and we're looking forward to watching them grow and having more success on the court.
41.5 seconds to go in the first half of this contest. 41-20. Collinsville up by 21 points. And here come the K-Hawks after turnover again by Wasilla, and Devin Davis will take it all the way, coast to coast, couldn't finish up. Remar had the rebound,
Remar had another
ripped up out of his hands.
He may set a record for offensive boards tonight.
Couldn't get a hold of that one, though.
He is really doing a great job on the offensive glass.
Arthur Adams gets the ball over into the hands of Jeffus. Jeffus takes a shot, but that doesn't hit anything except the twine at the bottom. And somehow or another, Wasilla holds on to it. Jeffus will try another three. This one hits the front of the rim a little bit early. 5 seconds left. Collinsville brings it up. Here is Devin Davis. Davis over on the wing to Horace at the buzzer for 3. Oh, just short on the three-point try there. And Collinsville will head to the locker rooms up 41-20 after one half of play. We will take a timeout. We'll come back and feed you the first half stats and get you ready for the second half, and we will do that here in just a little bit on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, halftime, 41-20 between Collinsville and Wasilla, Alaska. And here's a look at your first half stats. Leading the Wasilla Warriors in points,
Dylan Jeffus with 9 points. After that, 3 points apiece for Arthur Adams, Connor Dudley, and Parker Kroon. And Janice Huffman has chipped in with 2. Leading scorer for Collinsville, Travion Swaggart and Adam Remar, both with 10. They're both already in the double-digit category. Jake Wilkerson has chipped in 7. Deontay Franklin has 6 off of the bench. 4 points for Nick Horace, and then 2 apiece for Dayton Horace and Devin Davis. The rest of the numbers look like this. Collinsville out rebounding Wasilla 22-14. The Warriors have turned the ball over 14 times compared to Collinsville 6. From the lines, Collinsville 0 for 1 at the free throw line, while Wasilla did not head to the charity stripe in that first half. And the Warriors are living off the three-point shot. They've made 6 out of their 16 tries, and Collinsville has made 1 of 4. K-Hawks led 21-9 after the first quarter, got most of those points in the last 90 seconds of that first quarter, and then Collinsville outscored Wasilla in the second quarter by a margin of 20-11. You add all that up, that makes it 41-20 at the end of one half of play. Collinsville in the lead. That is a look at your first half stats. We'll take another break, and we will come back, tell you all about quarter number 3. We'll do that in just mere moments here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com, or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. We're just about ready for second half action between Collinsville and Wasilla. Here is a recap quickly of what happened today. The first game tipped off just after 9 o'clock this morning. That was won by Madison over Belleville East in a little bit of an upset, 55-48. MacArthur High School out of Decatur then downed Edwardsville, 53-44. So it'll be Madison taking on Decatur MacArthur tomorrow at 10 a.m. here on this floor. That'll be our first game of the day. Game 3 saw Quincy take care of Althoff 73-54, and Game 4 had Lincoln all over Alton by a score of 35-17. So Quincy and Lincoln will be our second game tomorrow morning at 11:30. Game number 5 saw Mundelein get past Oakville 48-29. Game number 6 saw O'Fallon get by Triad 48-31, and here we are at game number 7 between Collinsville and Wasilla. If you have a bracket, yes, Collinsville was supposed to be in game number 6, not game number 7, but because of the long journey from the team from Wasilla, Alaska, we moved everything around a little bit, just flip-flopped 2 games. So O'Fallon and Triad played the 6:30 game instead of the 8 o'clock game, and Collinsville then in turn got the 8 o'clock game. We are just about ready to get underway. Collinsville with the ball into the backcourt to Devin Davis. Davis only with 2 first-half points for Collinsville during the first 2 quarters. Here is Travion Swaggart. Swaggart gives it up to Davis in front of his own bench. Now in the corner, back to Swaggart. Swaggart, cross-court pass for Wilkinson. Wilkinson back to Swaggart. Swaggart eyes it and then travels. thought too long about it before he decided to take off after the head fake, trying to let everybody think he was going to shoot three, and then he moved his feet.
Sometimes Trey's too quick for his own good.
That's true. If you turn off the lights before you get in bed, you might trip. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, maybe.
That was some.
Here we go again.
I tell you, man, at the end of the day, you get slap happy, and I got one more game to go after this.
Here we go again. Back to basketball. Devin Davis out to Nikki Horace. Crosses.
Nikki.
That's Nikki Tony.
Nikki Tony.
Everybody.
Into the corner it goes for Wilkinson for three. That swishes right across the rim, and the rebound belongs to the Warriors. Warriors bring the ball back up. Here is Dudley with it. He'll hand the ball off, and it'll end up into the hands of Waggle. Waggle in front of his bench. Kicks it back outside for Kroon. Kroon gets it into the hands of Adams. Adams hit a three-pointer earlier, and that's the only score that he's had thus far. Here's a dribble drive by Dudley, but that progression is stopped by Nick Horace, and they'll get it back out to Waggle. Now in the slot, moving forward with it is Huffman, just outside the lane, tries to turn around, but Wilkinson stays with him step for step. That was some nice moves there by Huffman to get past.
It was a nice step
the defender,
through.
Yeah.
The old school step through.
And Swaggart.
No call.
Speaking of old school step through, Swaggart now with 12 points, 43-22. Collinsville maintains their lead. Young Josh Roseman over there wiping up the sweat on the floor. They put him to work here today, man. He was supposed to show up and help us out, and he's been doing all kinds of stuff. Here's a three-point shot taken from the wing. No good there for Adams. Tried to hit his second three-pointer. Collinsville comes away with the rebound. K-Hawks work it up and give it up, but they give it right back. Does Wasilla, and underneath the basket, Wilkinson turned that giveaway into 2 points, and Wilkinson on the night now into double digits with 11.
Yeah, speaking of that, it takes a lot of effort by a lot of people to put this tournament on, so big thank you to all of the tournament staff for coming out here and being willing to make this all happen. I know that K-Hawk Nation appreciates all of you.
Parker Kroon with a big three-point shot there, 45-25. Collinsville still in the lead. Here is Matt Clark just outside the lane. Gives it up top of the key for Swaggart for three. That's off to the left, and the rebound falls into the hands of Arthur Adams. Here
Mr.
is
Waggle.
Waggle kicks it back outside for Adams. Now over on the wing for Kroom. And his three-point shot is good. And Swaggart with the foul. And that'll give Kroon an opportunity to turn it into a 4-point play.
Yeah, Trey tried to tiptoe. He just got him with the body and knocked Mr. Kroom down. Here comes Mr. Franklin and the eldest, Horace, number 24, Dayton. That's Nikki Tony's older brother. What is Nikki Tony? I think that's French.
I think that's Italian. Hey, Tony. There's Kroon at the free throw line, missing the first shot from the free throw area tonight for Wasilla. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. They bring it up to Franklin. Deontay dribbles toward the key and hands the ball off to said Nikki Tony. Here's a drive by Devin Davis, and Davis is guilty of a charge.
Yeah, Wasilla's defense has been trying to take charges about the last 3 or 4 trips down the floor, and they finally earned themselves one.
5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Collinsville up 45-28. And Wasilla with the ball. Here is Kroon across the free throw line, gives it up for Huffman, and a foul coming up against Matt Clark.
Yeah, Mr. Clark got beat baseline. He knew it, so he tried to step in front of the Wasilla ball handler after he was already beat. You're going to be guilty of a foul every time.
The winner of this game, by the way, gets Mundelein tomorrow at 1 p.m. The loser will get Oakville in the auxiliary gym. And if you're not familiar with the goings-on in the auxiliary gym, that is live streamed over a different YouTube channel, the K-Hawk Athletics YouTube channel. No play-by-play, just the live stream.
I watched Wasilla or Mundelein walk into the gym earlier, and they don't look like they can't play basketball.
Right,
Let's
exactly.
just say that.
Kroom with another couple of points, and Kroom now up to 11. 4:20 to play here in this third quarter, and we're down to a 15-point lead now for Collinsville, so some of that lead has evaporated. Here is Franklin into the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound for Devin Davis, he puts it back up and in, and that's only the 4th point for Davis, and when you're the second leading scorer, You need to probably chip in a little bit more than 4 points through almost 3 quarters.
Yeah, Davis had trouble knocking down shots, so good for him for getting a nice offensive board and putting another 2 on the board.
Waggle kicks it out front. Now Kroon with it. He'll pull up just outside the lane, and he'll hit for 2 more. And Kroon up to 13 points now.
That was a nice step-back jump shot by
Nice.
Mr. Kroon.
There is a drive all the way down, and he couldn't finish. Could Nick Horace, but he gets his own rebound, and then he'll put it back in. And Horace now with just 4 points. Timeout on the floor. Collinsville calls it. We will step aside as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com.
.335 left to play here in this third quarter, 49-32 in favor of Collinsville. Wasilla with the ball. They hand the ball off to Waggle. Waggle works his way up court. Not much of a backcourt pressure being put on by Collinsville right now as Davis just backpedals all the way into the front court. Over onto the wing, they give it up to Dudley. Dudley then gives it up and then back out front to Jeffus. And into the corner we go. That is Dudley once again. Now to Waggle. Waggle out to the top of the key. We'll hand the ball off to Kroon. Kroon back to Waggle. Waggle was left all alone for a minute, but found some penetration into the perimeter and kicked it back outside. 3-point shot. No good off of the hands there of Mr. Adams. And Collinsville brings it the other way. And a whistle underneath the basket. A foul. And Collinsville will have a free throw participant.
Dominic Anthony Horace at the line for 2.
Dominic, that's an Italian name too, isn't it? Hey, Dom.
All this time I thought it was French, Todd.
Foul against Arthur Adams. And that's his first to the free throw line. It is Nick Horace. Horace, for the first time at the line tonight, comes in shooting 10 of 15 on the year and hits the first one.
I heard that he heard we were dogging him on his free throws, so he's picked up his percentage.
Where did he hear that from?
I have no idea.
Somebody's talking.
Nick, the Horace boys might have more family that tunes into our broadcast than any single player. And we appreciate that. All you Horace family members out there, thanks for
there's
tuning
a
in.
big three-point answer by Arthur Adams. His second three-pointer of the night.
Yeah, Wasilla doing just enough to, hang, where this game, it's still a ball game, in other words.
Yeah, it is. Thanks to their resiliency and their three-point shooting, that's for sure. Into the paint it goes. Remar kicks it back out. That surprised Deontay Franklin, and still managed to stay with it and picks up his 8th point of the night.
Yeah, he took that ball off of the
Yeah,
eye
did.
and then put it in the eye, if you will.
53-35. On the wing, a dribble drive and an off-balance shot. Almost made it in there from Jeffus, but the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Fell just a little bit short. Here is Devin Davis. He'll take it from coast to coast. Off the glass, can't get it to go. And a whistle after the rebound before it even came down far enough.
Delayed whistle.
That is against Arthur Adams. That's his second.
Arthur Adams. That sounds like a founding father's name or something. Very stately.
Yeah. Good one by Devin Davis. Hits his first free throw. He came in at 66.7% to this game.
Jake Wilkinson checks in for the K-Hawks. Gives Nick Horace a break.
Owen Boudry checks back into the game for Wasilla. And Trevion Swaggart due to check back in for Collinsville at the next opportunity. And that'll be right now. He'll take the place of Devin Davis after Davis goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. So after the 0 for 1 at the free throw line earlier in the first half, that was just a miss by Dayton Horse at the end of a 2-point play. Collinsville since then has gone 4 for 4. 2:05 left to go here in this third quarter. A dribble drive, and that one didn't have enough juice to get all the way up there, and Swaggart lets the ball go out of bounds after Dudley couldn't complete the transaction. And here comes Dayton Horace. Horace across the timeline in front of his bench, gives it up to Franklin. Franklin on the wing, just outside the lane now for Remar. Remar, one bounce in the paint, and after a couple of rattles, Remar.
This is a nice sky hook by number 42, Adam Remar. Looked like Magic Johnson coming across the lane there.
95 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. 57-35 in favor of Collinsville. One final game coming your way after this one. Rockford East taking on Granite City. Whoa, get that out of there, said Franklin, and that's off the rim, and Travion Swaggart picks up the ball after the rebound by Collinsville, and then he tries to turn the ball over. Nice job by Swaggart to be aware where the ball was, and Dayton Horace comes in and gives Collinsville a couple of points after that try.
Yeah, nice baseline move by Dayton Horace. Gave it a double clutch, good for 2 points, right in the center of the lane.
There is a dribble drive. Now they kick it back outside. Three-point shot on the way. That falls a little short from Jeffus. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. K-Hawks bring it back up, and they can't convert. And another try by Swaggart. He's fouled as the ball goes in off the glass, and Swaggart will head to the line to try to turn that 2 into 3.
2 more offensive rebounds by Collinsville. I'm going to be interested to see how many team offensive boards we have at the end of this game. It's going to be a strong number.
Owen Baldry picks up his first. Swaggart now up to 14 points, can make it 15 here. 49 seconds left in quarter number 3, 61-35 in favor of Collinsville. Swaggart can't get the ball to fall in, but the rebound belongs to Wilkinson. And a drive.
Oh, baby. Little razzle-dazzle by Jake Wilkinson on the baseline. A nice little runner, good for 2.
They'll kick it off into the corner. There's Isaac Santos into the game for the first time. And a, three-point shot by Huffman. Couldn't find the mark. And Collinsville gets another loose ball. And here is Swaggart. Works it up inside to Remar. Remar, one move off the glass. Good for 2. Remar will go to the line to try to turn it into 3.
Well, this has got to be Remar's best game of the season.
Yeah, you think? I would think, yeah. So far from what I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we haven't called his name this much maybe all year, and he's really hustled. He's been around the glass, a lot of offensive boards, and he is being rewarded with a pretty good stat line, if I were to guess.
Yeah, 14 points. Tried to make it 15, but nothing doing. Rebound belongs to Wasilla. They'll bring it up with 15 seconds left in the quarter. They'll kick it off in the corner, and then around the perimeter it goes. Three-point shot from Kroon. That misses the mark. Collinsville is there with the rebound. Swaggart works it back up. Final seconds tick away, and that one is going to end up underneath. And at the buzzer, Wilkinson puts it back in, and Collinsville up 67-35 at the end of 3 quarters of play. And quarter number 4 due to head your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you from Venerable Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here in Collinsville. Glad that you're with us. First day of this 37th annual Prairie Farms basketball tournament coming to a close. One more game left after this one between Rockford East and Granite City. But here we are in the fourth quarter of this one. And Collinsville with a 67-35 advantage. That's a 32-point lead. That means we'll have running clock. for the rest of this game as Dylan Jeffus just hits another three-pointer.
A new point guard. Who's number 1 for the K-Hawks, Todd?
Oh, that's a good question because he's not on the roster. He's a JVer. And I didn't bring that roster with me.
I don't recognize him.
I know the name because I've seen him a couple of times during the JV games, and I marvel at his play, but for the life of me, his name escapes me. And around the perimeter it goes. And a three-point shot there by Kroon misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and Jamori Weisinger brings the ball up.
Yeah, Wasilla's just gone cold on the three-point shot. That's what was keeping them in the game. And I think they're 0 for their last 6 or 7.
Collinsville brings it down. Here's Zach Chambers. And Chambers off the glass, good for a couple of points. The young sophomore. Tallest kid on the court right now, I guarantee you that much.
Yeah, he's young, but he's not small.
No, he's not. There's a big three-point answer by Arthur Adams. Adams picks up his third three-pointer of the night. 69-41, 6.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger over to Dayton Horace in front of his own bench. Dayton into the corner. Weisinger for three, and that one is a little bit too strong. Rebound belongs to Collinsville into the corner for Dayton Horace. That one ticks across the rim, and the rebound this time belongs to Wasilla. Well, you thought that if Coach Lee was going to add some of his JVers onto the roster for this tournament, they would have been included on the roster that's in the program.
Right.
Here up underneath the basket, that is Khalil Thorpe-Watt.
Hey, KJ, good for 2 in a varsity basketball game. Congrats to the young sophomore. He's a great kid, Khalil is.
Wasilla with the ball. Santos will give it to Adams. Adams at the top of the key. Over onto the far side wing, and back to the top of the key we go for Kroon, Kroon gives it up, and a dribble drive is stopped. Now to Adams for another three-point try. That one falls a little short this time, and that one almost ended up out of bounds, but Collinsville picks up the loose ball, and the K-Hawks bring it back up the other direction underneath the basket, and back outside. Dayton Horace tries for a three-pointer. That one ends up into the hands of Wasilla after the rebound.
Yeah, I like what Coach Lee's doing here. He's got all subs in at this point. In these tournament atmospheres.
Ooh, Adams another three-pointer.
If you want to make a deep run of the tournament, fatigue and energy and wear and tear plays a huge part. And so Collinsville gaining that big lead there at the end of the third quarter allows their starters to basically rest the rest of the game.
To Thorpe-Watt, and a little Dayton Horace throw at the front of the free throw line is in for 2. And Wasilla brings the ball up. A little spin move by Dudley, and that ball goes out of bounds.
You're not going to shoot it over Khalil Thorpe-Watt. He had a great run in the high jump varsity track as a freshman last year, and he was one of the top freshmen in the country.
And out front it goes to Wasilla, and a fadeaway jump shot way off the mark. And Collinsville ends up with the loose ball. They bring it down, and Horace off the glass for 2.
Horace in transition beats the defender down the court even though he was dribbling the basketball. Nice hustle by 24, Dayton Horace.
Collinsville back to work on the defensive side of things. A shot.
Oh, man. Nice switch going from right hand to left hand for
Connor Dudley.
Number 30, Connor Dudley out of Wasilla, Alaska. Here comes Weisinger handling the ball for the K-Hawks. He's going to go to the rack.
And he's going to get a couple of points. First points for Weisinger here in this tournament. 77-46.
Nice move in transition.
And Wasilla with the ball underneath their own basket. Back out to Adams, who has been a three-point machine here tonight for the Warriors. They give it up now to Santos. Santos gives it up for Adams. Another three-point try from him. He's made 4 of them. I bet he's taken 12 shots from the three-point stripe.
Yeah, poor Wasilla has just gone cold from the three-point line, and that's put this game out of reach.
Yeah, Zach Chambers helping to do that.
Zach Chambers coming from a long line of Chambers basketball, but I think it's the 4th Chambers.
We're all here watching this
game.
game.
They're all sitting down there. Dad
Front
Nate.
row.
Yeah, Dad Nate played professional basketball, so.
There's another Adams three-point try. That one skips across the rim, and Horace is there with the rebound for Collinsville. K-Hawks bring the ball up, leading 79-46, and a rebound that won't be handled this time by Chambers. Instead, it's Santos who comes up with it. 2:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Uh-oh.
And
Come
that
on,
one's
Jamori.
tipped. Weisinger, one hand, tries to go under the basket, and he's fouled by Santos.
Santos wasn't going to give up a dunk on that. That was the last thing that he did.
Yeah. Trying to text Keller and ask him who number 1 is, but he's on clock duty. He doesn't have to do much when it's running clock, though, does he?
I wouldn't think so.
And there he's looking at his phone. There we go. We'll find out. That'll give me a future reference in case number 1 makes it back into the game. As soon as I see his name, I'll know it. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Weisinger misses on his free throw attempt. Weisinger came in only 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That is Matt Shelton is number 1.
Matt Shelton. Matt Shelton was the beneficiary of, I think, the refs wanting to get out of here because he drove his forearm into that Wasilla defender on the last play. Their bench couldn't believe it. He didn't get a charge called.
Just now hitting 9 o'clock. Next game scheduled to go off at 9:30. I don't think we'll have a problem making that start as we only have 80 seconds left to go here in this one. And it skips across the rim from the corner on a shot there by Beaudry. And a whistle will stop the action, but not the clock. It continues to run.
Only just over a minute left in this ball game. Was a close game there in the first quarter, and Collinsville, that last minute of the first quarter, really set the tone and distanced Collinsville's lead, and they haven't looked back. Wasilla goes cold from the three-point line, and that should be all she wrote for this ball game.
Adams hits another 3 just to make it a nice even 5 on the night.
When I say they go cold,
Yeah.
he heats up.
Well,
right, good for that young man.
There is Shelton, dumps the ball off to Chambers. Chambers turned around, and it falls in. Chambers with 6 points off of the bench late in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Chambers got a sweet little left-hand dump-in shot, and he's so tall, he's pretty close to the rim when he gets up there.
There is a dribble drive and nothing doing, and the rebound belongs to Shelton. Shelton brings it up with 15 seconds left to play here in this one. He'll dump it off to Weisinger. He'll pull up just outside three-point land, take the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound is left on the ground. Collinsville now comes away with it. Here's Weisinger once again. He'll back it up, and we'll end it right there. 82-49. Collinsville will win the game and move on to take on the team from Mundelein tomorrow at 1 p.m., while Wasilla will move on to take on Oakville in the auxiliary gym also at 1 p.m. Well, I guess we'll see you tomorrow at 1. Are you going to be here?
I'll be here for sure, Todd. Yes, wouldn't miss it. Absolutely. Right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you all back tomorrow for some K-Hawk basketball holiday tournament action.
We will. 82-49 final score here. We'll shut everything down and come back to bring you the final game of the night between Rockford East and Granite City. All that comes your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.